So you've paid off your cruise and you're ready to go. You can put your wallet away now, right?
Probably not. Today we're going to discuss all the hidden fees and extra costs that you might run into on your next cruise vacation.
Hi friends!
If you're new here, I'm Jake.
And I'm Taylor!
And we love to cruise.
We actually love it so much that if you're watching this the day the video goes live, we'll be getting on a cruise in 1 week. So, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you do, because as always, we'll be vlogging the entire trip.
And since we'll be getting on that cruise soon, we thought it would be a good idea to go over all of the extra fees and hidden costs that you might run into on your next cruise.
Because a cruise can be all-inclusive if you pay for everything you want up front, but there's a good chance there might be something you miss or might be something you want to add and you'll be taking out that room card to swipe it for those extra charges.
And we want you to be able to save up. We want you to be able to plan for the things that you want or need to do to make your cruise vacation perfect.
We made a video last year about everything that is included in your cruise fare, so think of this video as its opposite. Everything that you're gonna have to pay extra for.
Now, of course, this is going to be cruise line dependent, so just make sure you do your research ahead of time so that you know what to expect for your specific cruise.
But we'll be giving a general outline of what you can expect on most ships, so let's jump right in.
I'm not doing that. First up, port fees and taxes. Now, usually, port fees and taxes are built right into your cruise fare, so you'll see them up front whenever you go to pay for the cruise. Just know that you are expected to pay your port fees whether you're getting off the ship or not. It's just part of the whole cruise fare thing. Also, be aware that while cruise lines reserve the right to charge fuel surcharges, it's generally a pretty rare thing. It doesn't happen on all cruise lines. It did happen as recently as 2023, and currently Margaritaville at Sea Paradise charges $15 per day per guest for fuel surcharges. But without a ton of research, we really can't name another ship where this is the norm.
All right, next is going to be all of the money we're gonna hand over before you even get on the ship, starting with port parking. If you plan on driving to the cruise port, you're gonna have to keep your car there, and it's probably going to be pretty expensive. In Port Canaveral, say, you're gonna look at parking fees of about $20 per day. We sailed out of New York City to Bermuda and parking was $45 a day. Of course, this isn't the cruise line setting these prices, it is the ports, so not much you can do about it. Similarly, if you're staying overnight, you're gonna have to pay for the hotel before you get on the cruise, obviously the flight if you have to fly in, and then transportation to the ship, whether that be transportation the cruise line provides, or an Uber or a Lyft or a transfer service. Just save up some money when you get there. And of course, don't forget the porters when they take your bags at the cruise port, just give them a couple dollars. They're working really hard in lifting your heavy bags and they appreciate it.
Your bags and like 2,500 other people's bags.
It's so many bags.
You had a hard time getting yours in the car. Imagine doing that 2,000 more times. Now, once you're on the ship, what other things should you expect to have to pay a little bit extra for?
So many things.
Let's start with Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's free in most public restaurants, hotels, things like that offer that kind of thing, but you will have to pay for it on the cruise. Unless you've pre-booked it and paid for it as part of your cruise fare or something like that. Those packages tend to be cheaper if you book them before you get on. They're also prorated, so if you don't think you're going to need it for the first few days, you might not need to buy it for the entire cruise. Just something to consider, but if you want to use that service, you will be paying extra for it.
Next up, room service. Most cruise lines are going to charge to deliver food to your room. Some might be an a la carte pay per item sort of fee, while others are going to be a one-time delivery fee. So for instance, Royal Caribbean, you can order a continental breakfast and that is going to be included. But if you order any single cooked item as much as one sausage, you're gonna be paying almost $10 to have that brought to your room. So obviously do the research for your cruise line and don't forget to tip your delivery server.
Next, if you're completely new to cruising, you might not yet be aware that not all drinks are included in the price of your cruise fare. Most cruise lines will offer certain complimentary drink items like drip coffee, tap water, some juices, but for the most part, your sodas and definitely your alcoholic beverages, specialty coffees, things like that are going to be an upcharge. Now, you will be able to purchase drink packages ahead of time, oftentimes at a discount, and that will save you some money, sometimes depending on how much you actually plan to drink. Do the math, decide for yourself if it's worth it, because there's offerings that just cover soda, there's offerings that cover high-end liquor options. So do the research, decide what's best for you. If you're interested in learning more about how drink packages on cruises work, we have a whole video about it. We'll put a link down below.
On top of those not free drinks, a lot of cruise lines have a mandatory gratuity that then is built in on top of that. So a drink may be $15, but then there's going to be probably a 15 to 18% gratuity, which is going to make it, $17, $18. It's going to say that on the menu or on the receipt in really small print, and know that all of the receipts you get are going to have an extra line to tip. You technically already paid that, so tip extra at your own discretion.
Next, if you're looking to bring your own alcohol on board, since many cruise lines allow you to bring some sort of wine, something like that, it may be best to enjoy them in your room. Most ships have some form of corkage fee, which is usually around $15. It's still going to be cheaper than buying a bottle on the ship, but it's worth knowing. And if you really want that wine at dinner, pour it in your room. Walk out the door with it.
They won't know.
Unless you're sailing Norwegian Cruise Lines, of course. If you don't have the drink package, they're going to charge you a corkage fee before you get on board, just for having the bottle of wine in your luggage, whether you ask them to cork it for you or not. Now, if you do buy the drink package, they won't charge you the corkage fee. Just something to be aware of.
The last drink thing we're going to talk about are the specialty coffees, which you mentioned earlier, but most ships have some form of specialty coffee shop on board, whether that be a Starbucks or their own little thing. And those drinks are not going to be included. You will pay extra for them. Some cruise lines offer a specialty coffee package. It's up to you if you think you'll drink enough coffee to make it worth it. I think that even if you don't get a package, it's still worth dropping in to get a specialty coffee every once in a while, because they're usually pretty good.
Number 9, most ships have some sort of adult-only area. On many of them, that's a complimentary area that you get just for reaching the ripe old age of 18. Congratulations. Some cruise lines do charge an additional fee for the access to adult-only areas. That can be a day pass or cruise long. They're usually pretty pricey and not something that we would ever pay for specifically.
Okay, we're about halfway through the list, and we want to know, do you save for your onboard expenses? Do you put money aside for that, or do you just kind of swipe your card and wing it? What kind of cruise spender are you? Let us know down in the comments below.
Next, let's talk about food. You'll be able to find plenty of dining options on pretty much any cruise ship you're on. Plenty of complimentary dining options. Just know that the specialty dining options you will usually have to pay extra for. Either a fixed fee or a la carte pricing. That's if you didn't buy some sort of specialty dining package before you got on board. Also be aware that the main dining room generally has premium options like steak, you can add an extra lobster tail, all kinds of things like that. Those do come at an extra cost. Just know that many lines allow you to order as many dishes as you'd like in the main dining room. Some will charge for a second or third main course and just offer complimentary extra desserts and appetizers. Do your research or ask your server when you get there what is all included, and they'll usually tell you.
Oh, they'll definitely tell you.
Oh yeah, they want you to eat that food. They want you to leave there happy.
Okay, next up, let's talk about spas. Most ships have some form of a spa, and you might be able to go in and find maybe a quiet area that you can use that isn't a fee, but most of the things in a spa are gonna cost you, and that's gonna include any thermal suites or lounges. You can do day passes for them or cruise long passes. They're usually pretty expensive. We've done it once, we didn't find it worth it, but some people go on a ship just to be in the spa. So that's up to you. Also, some lines have specific rooms that if you book them, they grant you spa access, but don't assume that you can just go to the spa with any old room or with no pass. Do your research for your ship.
Next, what to do on board. Cruise ships generally have a ton of activities available for you, and lots are complimentary. Things like water slides, your flow rider on Royal Caribbean, your rock walls, stuff like that. Typically included. Your arcade, or if you're on Norwegian Cruise Line, your go-karts, or Carnival ships that have roller coasters, those things you're going to pay extra for.
access to the gym is always going to be included, but if you want to take a spin class or a little Pilates lesson, those are going to come with a charge. They're usually not too expensive, so honestly, it might be a good time to try it out or get some exercise in, but it's just something to bear in mind.
Next, this one's probably a little bit obvious, but gambling. Of course, you're gonna have to pay for that in the casino, but bingo is usually a extra fee sort of thing. Very popular activity. Lots of people like to do it. Just know that if you want to take part, you're going to be paying for it.
Next up, if you're going to go do that gambling and you have your kids with you, they're going to need to go somewhere else. It's probably going to be the kids clubs, which are included usually, except for your youngest sailors under the age of 3 on most lines. If you want to hand them off to someone else and your cruise line offers it, there's going to be babysitting services. That's going to be either group babysitting or in room. Expect to pay $6 to $10 for that group service, and if they're in room, it's going to be more.
Next, and this is contentious, so hold your rage. Daily gratuities. Most cruise lines have some type of daily gratuity included. Gets added to your bill every day if you don't prepay, and at the end of the cruise, you're going to have to settle it with guest services. Yes, technically, you can remove it. We know because you tell us all the time. Thank you for that. That's all we're going to say about it. Fight in the comments at your own discretion. Tell us what you think about tipping.
We're just here to give you the information. No, they're going to appear on your bill somewhere. That's all we're saying.
And go.
Bear with us. We're almost done. 17 is laundry services. You're going to find this on most ships, whether that be self-service machines or someone that comes and takes your laundry for you. You're going to pay for this.
And finally, all the things you'd probably expect. Shore excursions, tipping your guides, all those photos that they keep trying to take of you on the ship. Though it's free to appear in the photo, it's free to get your photo taken. You will have to pay for them if you want to acquire them before the end of the cruise.
Shopping. You can't walk into the stores and take things.
That's a crime. Generally, if it's something tangible that you have to hold and walk away with, you're going to end up breaking out the wallet for it.
Now, it may seem like there are so many things that you are going to have to pay for once you're on the ship, but know that most of them are truly optional. And if you want that all-inclusive experience, you can pre-buy the vast majority of them. So you have to decide if the things that we listed today are must-haves for your cruise.
We've done tons of cruises at this point. We spent a ton on some of them, and on others we've spent very, very little. They've all been enjoyable, they've all been memorable. So decide for yourselves what's gonna make it worth it for you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to cruising, we hope that this has helped you plan and prepare for your upcoming trip. And if you just watch us because you like us, thanks, we like you too.
You're pretty cool. Make sure you're subscribed because we have lots of great new cruise vlogs coming out soon and helpful tips and tricks videos for you to share with your friends. Give this video a thumbs up. Let us know that you want to see more content like this. But until the next time, that's all from this happy place.
Now, go find yours. Bye.
Angle it.
I don't know how to do
Done.
I don't know how to do
Probably this button right there. What do you think? Right there? Yep, that's the one.
All right, one of those will work. So, let's jump right in. I said shep. I don't know why.
Sheps. Most sheps.
Some, it's an a la carte, pay per item.
Our stomachs are dialoguing. Because some cruise lines have the
Cruise line.
snack.
Right now?
You said
I meant after that we're done with this
oh
video.
God, I'm so hungry. She doesn't feed me anything. She just keeps me in the basement and drags me out when it's video time.
Okay, we're about halfway through this video, so...
Oh my God! Jesus, are you serious?
But if it has some sort of thermal, most ships are gonna have a spa, and you might be fine. Me. If. All right, we're almost done. Next up, laundry service. You a stinky.
You stunk. Oh God.